Hey guys, it's Heather Enders here with REDAVID Salon Products. I'm their Updo Educator and part of their artistic creative team. So today we're going to be doing a look from my Bride Beautiful class. We have 3 looks in this class, but today we're just going to go over the boho look. We're going to do a step-by-step tutorial. We're going to talk about the products we're going to need, and we're going to talk about the tools just before we start the step-by-step part. Okay? So for the products we're going to be using, we're going to need our orchid oil treatment, and we're going to need our working hold hairspray. These are the 2 products that we're going to be mainly using throughout this look. And then once we're finally happy with how it's going to be sitting, we're going to use the Max Hold hairspray. So to start it off, we're also going to talk about the tools. So tools are my tail comb. I like the metal tail comb just because if you get a bunch of product built up on it, it's easy just to get that friction on your clothing and it'll help you remove a lot of that product. If you use a plastic tail comb, you do have to use rubbing alcohol or wash it with soap and water to remove the buildup. You won't be able to use the clothing as friction. So you can use either or there, but I like because if you ever get in a jam, it's just quick and easy friction on your clothing. We're also going to be using our wet brushes to help us get the product through. Our big clips for our sectioning. We're going to be using our bobby pins and hairpins. Make sure you have a lot of them, especially your hairpins, because we're going to be doing a lot of molding and creating for this top part. As well as, I call them my perm clips. But yeah, we got those ones. You can have your single one or your double. It doesn't really matter, just as long as those are metal clips. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, for our first section, I want us to take our, I want us to take our first sectioning part just above the eyebrows all the way to the back of the occipital bone. We really want to make sure that this section is very, very clean. So use your tail comb when sectioning. So just above the eyebrow, sorry. Right about there. And then we're going to mend it to the back. Okay. And then we're going to turn this head that way so you can see what I'm doing here. All right. Then we're going to take this section just to the top of the eyebrow, connecting it to the back. A little low. And there we go. So now we're going to blend all this, giving it a good brush. Just want to show you guys the sections. Clip it out of the way, making it nice and even. I got a little piece right here that I'm going to quickly adjust. But making sure your sections are super even and clean is really important, especially for this look. Just cleaning this up. There we go. There we go. Nice, even, clean sections. So we're going to take this section first, and we're going to clip it out of the way. And then all of this bottom part, we just want to take a hair clip, and we're going to clip it right there. Okay, make sure it stays out of the way. And again, nice, even, clean sections. Okay, so now we're going to start with our top section here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it, we're going to give it a nice brush into itself, make it a nice clean section. Okay, so now that we have that done, what we want to do is we want to actually just twist it. So you're just going to take this section and you're going to twist it and you're going to pop it up. You're going to notice that it's going to give you your nice look so far from the top. All right, so now that we have this gently held in our hand, we're just gonna pull out a couple sections here. This is just gonna create our look. Okay. You notice that it's going to give us our nice sections that we can pull. You see that? It kind of sets it for us. So now we're going to take our big bobby pin. I'm going to take some of this hair. We're going to pull it over. We're going to turn it to the side, and then we're going to lock it in. Okay, you see how that sturdies it in there for you? So we're going to take another bobby pin, and we're just going to secure it some more. This one needs to go up. Redo this one. Just like that. So don't worry if they're showing for now. We will be hiding those. So don't worry if they're showing. I just want to anchor this a little bit more. So there we go. A couple little more pins in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start to create our seashell look. Okay, so what we want to do for our seashell look is you just want to grab the pieces that we pulled apart, and you're just going to notice how they pull forward nicely. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to work piece by piece. And the reason for this is so that we have control over what we're doing. So we just slide our fingers down. We see that's the section we want. We just want to anchor that in like that. And see how that sets that look for you already? Take a little of the working hairspray, and we're going to confirm this section. Now we're going to take a few bobby pins. We're going to pinch it. We're going to slide that hairpin through. And we're going to put it right there in the center. I want to take another hairpin. And we're just going to do it just in between the first one and that clip. Just like that. And now we're going to take it to the back. We're going to take some more of these hairpins, and we're going to detail it in some more. Right? And then one more right there. And hairspray to confirm the look. Clean up that detail. Okay? And now for our second seashell piece. We're going to set the front because the front's what's going to give us our lift right off the hop. So we grab the section that we want. Remember, pulling your fingers forward, grabbing that section with that clip, and then confirming it. Again, grabbing the hairspray. And finessing the clip. So now we're going to take more of our bobby pins. Just grab a bunch because you're going to need a bunch. And then you're going to stick it right there. You're going to grab this to the metal part. Again, pinching so that that hairpin gets all the way on either side. And then molding it. Now we're going to go to this back again. And we're going to finish detailing it. Okay, see that, guys? See the detail that's coming in? Perfect. And then we're going to take our hairspray, again, to finish this mold. Going back into the front, finding the detail that we need, and hairspray. And going back in, pinching that section, make sure that piece goes on either, that hairpin goes on either side, and then we're going to grab our next section here. All right, so this is the section I want right there. Grab your metal nail clip and clip it to the base. Hairspray, do your detail. Grabbing some more hairpins and pinching your section on either side for that hairpin. Again, just pulling it up a little bit. It's all about the height. Height and fine detailing. So then again in the back, continuing the detail. If you find you get a section in here that's kind of sticking up a little bit, what you can do is you take your tail comb and you can just get that detail nicely in there. Another little trick is to hairspray. Take another hairpin, pinch and slide, and then stick it in, just like that. You see how clean and nice that detail is? Okay, our next section that we're going to do, we're going to take another section like this, pinching it forward, grabbing another metal clip, and just clipping it. It's going to create your lip for you. You see that? Create that beautiful detail. Again, we're going to take our hairspray. We're going to pinch it and slide it down, creating that clean look. Then we're going to take our bobby pin again, pinching, sliding on either side, molding. Again, grabbing another handful of them. Finishing this detail, pinching and spraying. All right, love how this is looking. Look at that. Beautiful detail. All right, so now we're gonna grab another piece. Oh, let's make sure that this is where we want it. There we go. So now we're gonna grab our last piece here. This is gonna be our last detail. coming off this side here. So we're gonna grab another one of our clips and we're gonna pinch and connect. Another handful of hairpins. And now we're just gonna slide again in detail. This one we're gonna create at the very bottom here. You see how there's another one popping out? We're gonna create another one, so leave that for now. Just worry about this one that you're working on. Each one at a time. All right, and then we're going to work this way to the back. Finding that section. Creating that beautiful detail. Now this is where it gets important. You want to keep this detail all the way to the back here. All right. Now we're going to create another one right here. Okay, again, right to this side. Hairspray. Don't forget to hairspray. Keep it clean. And now to the back. All right. Couple more hairpins here to finesse that detail. So now we also want to continue this beautiful detail in here as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to lightly pinch. Grab some spray if you need. We're going to lightly pinch. Create that separation again. And then one more right here. So again, spraying, keeping that detail. See that beautiful detail that's creating? All right, so now we're gonna go and continue on to this side. So now that we're on this side, it's gonna be a little bit trickier to pull. So gently start at the back and pull. Oh, see how that tackiness sticks to your fingers? Just be careful that you wipe your fingers constantly as well. So now we're going to grab this section. This is what we wanted. Pinch and clip. Spray. Always spraying. So now we're going to pinch again, slide on either side. One more right there. See how it's continuously keeping that beautiful seashell effect. All right, so our next section, I want to take this guy right here. So this is my section. Okay, go to the front, confirm that's your section. And there you go. Give it some spray. All right, more hairpins. Like I said, I'm gonna need a lot of these hairpins for this look. Cool. Ooh, look how pretty that's looking. Ooh. Okay, now we're gonna keep going all the way down, but I want this one right here. Just a little bit more volume. There we go, confirmed. Confirm. And now the hairspray for that piece. Take that one back out. Grab your big clip. And now we're going to grab that section, confirm it. And then some hairspray. More hairpins. Pinch and slide that hairpin down. All right, love how it's looking. Okay, a few more sections here. We got this guy and one more down in here. So again, we're gonna lightly pull that section out a bit. We found the piece. Taking my front pin, my front metal clip, confirming that's my section. There we go. Hairspray. Because, you know, we love our hairspray, especially for a look like this. Yes, and then some more hairpins. Ooh, she's looking good, guys. All right. And then I'm gonna grab it again. We're gonna pinch and confirm with our hairpins. Here we go. So you will lose a few bobby pin or hairpins throughout this because they're just hanging in there. There's not much holding them in. And yep, that's looking great. And then we're gonna take one here right here is going to be the confirm. And then some hairspray. And we're going to pinch and set. See that? So the seashell effect, looking beautiful. Good old hairspray. See, these would even work as well. You just need something metal to hold that front, so it keeps that volume so nicely for when we're seashelling this effect. All right, so now I definitely want to go through quickly before we move on to the next section and keep the detail clean and crisp. So now that I really love how everything is looking, I'm going to take the Max Hold hairspray and we're going to give it a solid base as well as tidy this all up. Okay, so Max Hold hairspray. And your metal tail comb. So what we're going to do is we're just going to clean this up as we go. So spray, metal tail comb, give that crisp look. See how nicely that Max Hold hairspray cleans everything up? Just be careful you don't use too much because you will create a little film, little whiteness to the hair if you end up using too much. So just use what you need because we're always going to go over this again at the end. Alright, so I love that. Looking great. So now let's spray these fronts and let's give this foundation its solid look. As well as I want to show you that when you're doing the seashell, don't have them too spread apart. That's as far as you ever want to go. All right, love it. Look at the detail, guys. She's so pretty. Okay, so now that we have all this kind of stabled in there a little bit more for us, just going to go over this back part again a little bit here because I did the other side. Perfect. Okay. So now that this is really detailed and carved in nicely, Max Hold Hairspray, we're going to continue on to this part here, the next section. So with this part right here, what we're going to do is we're going to create a beautiful soft cushion. And I want you to try to keep it as neat and tidy as you can, because your curtain, if it accidentally shows through, which it's going to do because it's a curtain, you want to make sure that you don't see too many messy back combing. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this section. We're going to take this section. We're going to squeeze it at the top so you don't pull on any hair. Okay? And then we're going to go through and we're going to tightly create a nice cushion for the bottom here. Remember to give it a nice polish on top, because if there's anything to be seen, we don't want it to be seen through the surface. If you need to, use your tail comb to help you clean out that section, but gripping at the base so you don't pull all this beautiful work that we just created. Okay? So then what we're going to do is we're going to be nice and gentle. We're going to rock and comb this underneath. And we're going to create the cushion for. You see how polished that is? Okay, once more, we're going to clean it out. Even if you need to, spray the bottom and the sides so you get a very, very, very polished look. Okay, tucking the tail underneath and in. And then you're just going to roll it like this, tucking those sides. Going to take your bobby pins and we're just going to anchor it in. Do not open your bobby pins for these. You definitely need a strong anchor for this. I'm just even going to stick it through the top here. Turn that head. And create a nice cushion from this side. Not opening any bobby pins. Okay, perfect. See how clean and polished this is? Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to work on our curtains now. Okay, so the curtains are super, super important. And your angle out is even more important on how you do this pull out for your curtain. So you're going to part this hair in half. Give it a nice brush. Taking your tail comb, parting it in half, and this one's going to go to this side, and then this one's going to go to this side. It's not quite in half. Let's be better. There we go. Half and half. Okay, so what we're going to do is this curtain, we're going to create a braid. Okay, so we're just going to take this front section right here. And actually, before we start this, let's put some orchid oil in there. Let's make this nice and polished. So let's put some more orchid oil on our hands. And let's just rub it through the section. Make it nice and shiny. See how shiny that is? She's so shiny. Okay. Give it a comb. do is you're going to take this section right here, and we are going to create a braid. Okay, so just your typical 3-strand braid. And you're just going to start to braid. And then once you get to this bottom part, whoa. So if that doesn't, make sure that this head is 90 degrees out. And it's really important that it stays 90 degrees out. And I'll show you why if it doesn't go at 90 degrees. Your curtain's not going to look that nice. So start braiding. And then we're going to add to the bottom. We're going to add to the bottom. See, keeping it straight out, not down, not up, straight out. And then we're going to add to the bottom. Clean that section, add that to the bottom, grabbing another section, cleaning it, and then adding it to the bottom. You see, I'm even going down, and this is going to be a problem because when you bring it back, it's going to start, you see that? It's going to droop funny. So it's super important that we try to keep this as even as possible. I'm going to just move this back a little bit. There we go, so you can see. And let's try this one more time. Posture straight. All right. Okay, so here we go. Braiding. Adding to the bottom. Adding to the bottom. Adding to the bottom. Adding to the bottom. You see how even I am? If you get a little bit, just give it a little jerk like this, and there you go, it straightens it out for you. And here we go. 2 more pieces. To the bottom. So now you see that beautiful cushion that it's created for us? And don't worry if it doesn't hide anything yet. We're going to hide something. Okay? Before we pin it, we just want to pull apart these braids. Just on the top part. Yeah. The more texture, the better. So don't be afraid, because it is a boho look. Texture is what we like. See that, guys? See that beautiful curtain that we've just created? Sometimes you just need to go back in and pull a curtain up. They can get loose, that's fine. But you just want to make sure they're parted nicely. And anchored in. Taking your hair bobby pins, and you're just going to stick it in and anchor it. Okay. Hiding that bobby pin, so just taking a piece and sticking it in. There you go. So now we're going to take a hairpin, and we see how it's kind of loose against the head. I'm just going to take a section of this, I'm going to weave it through, and then I'm going to lock it in. You see that beautiful curtain that we're creating? Now we're just going to clean it up quickly, taking the working hairspray. Spraying up from the bottom. Take your metal tail comb and clean up that. So this is why it's so important that our cushion was clean. You see how I like to use my tail comb to clean up my sections? You can even use it in here to pull any braids up without getting your fingers in there. I'm just gonna clean this up a little more. Let that braid open a little bit more. There we go. Same with this piece. Want this piece cleaned up a little bit more. I want it pulled in. Now we're going to take another bobby pin. And we're going to clean this up and anchor it in. Perfect. So also when you want to look into your looks, you always want to make sure that your bottoms are even as well. So you notice that I have a little piece pulled out right there. So what we can do is we can either pin it and get rid of it like that, or we can pull some other pieces out. But for me, I'm just going to take some Maxwell hairspray because I know this will do the trick for me. And I'm going to spray and then blow on that spray. Okay, one more time, spray. And blow it out. And see how much better that is, how polished. Oh, it's so pretty. So I got a little product buildup, just some friction. And there we go. All right, that's looking pretty good. Okay. So now we're gonna head down to our next side. Just make sure this is as clean as I want it. A lot of the times I will do my detailing at the end, but when it comes to these really fine, tricky hair looks, I'll detail as I go. So your bohos are always going to take longer than a classic or anything like that. So I'm just going to definitely go through and make sure she's as polished as I want. Giving that curtain its full effect. And now we're going to go to the other side. Okay, so now we're on the other side. That'll go under there. Tuck it like that. And I'm just going to lower this down so that it stays out at a 90-degree angle from me. Okay, making sure her head is straight. Again, taking this section and creating a 3-strand braid. Always from the bottom, adding the hair to the bottom. You see how straight that is? Super important that you try to keep this as straight as possible. It can pretty much make or break your curtain. Cleaning that curtain up. Pulling it apart. All right. So now, this is the tricky part. So now we're going to marry these braids together. Okay. We're going to take a hairpin, or a bobby pin, and we're going to open it up. We're going to twist it, and we're going to tuck it in behind. It's tricky, so be careful. Okay? Then we're going to take this tail. Oh, that piece came out. I just need to put that back in. So now we're going to take this tail and we're going to tuck it. Oh, we need to take this one piece out quickly. You notice how I take out my hairpins with my tail comb? Just makes it that much easier to remove anything without getting your fingers in. So you're going to open this braid, that section, and you're just going to tuck it in. Tuck it in. And now we're going to create this beautiful braid in the back. So we can now remove this hairpin, or bobby pin, sorry, till we create our beautiful braid, and then we'll anchor it in. So I'm going to take that, turn it to the side, and lock it down, while creating this beautiful detail in the back here, okay? Because we're going to need to make this look really, really cool and intricate. So we're just going to take our hairpins, okay, and we're going to detail. See how pretty that all looks? It's almost part of the look itself. Like the seashell came all the way down. So this big one here, we're just gonna like create something pretty with it. Okay. while still keeping that beautiful bride look. Braids on the side. Okay? And now we're just going to clean everything up and make sure everything's nice and balanced for us. So again, using the working hairspray just to clean up any little flyaways. All right. Okay, so now I want to connect this up a little bit. So we're going to take our hairpin again, the one that we just took out. We're going to grab that section and we're going to weave it back and forth and we're going to nail it in. You see that? Okay, so again to the other side. Oof, look how pretty that looks. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so now we're going to take another little hairpin here. We're going to do the exact same thing. Right, like that. All right, now we're gonna finally tune everything with our Max Hold hairspray. Here we go. You notice how I blow? What that's gonna do is it's gonna also help you kind of like make it stick to each other a little bit better. And clean everything up before all your pins start falling out. Okay. You notice how far back I'm still holding my hairspray? This Max Hold hairspray, man, don't want to mess around. You can put a lot of hairspray in some areas, and then you end up having this little white film, and nobody wants a white film on their hair, especially a bride. Don't want to make it look like they got dandruff or anything, right? They want it polished. Nice and clean. So you see how I notice how I tuck everything from behind? A little bit of residue, friction on my clothing. All right. So now that this is almost done and detailed nicely, okay, now the trick is to go through and take out all of our hairpins with not messing anything up. So again, tail comb. Hold that in. Here we go. And you'll see that you will have to go back through with this and catch the rest of those little flyaways. But look how beautifully detailed this is. And you'll notice it's very balanced. Let's finish taking these pins out. All right, so now it's the moment of truth. Okay. Some final touches with the Max. So there we have it. My boho look from my Bride Beautiful class. And believe it or not, she can dance and party and it ain't going nowhere. Thank you, Max Hold Hairspray. Alright guys, well I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial of my step-to-step of my boho look. And yeah, comment below. I'd love to hear your comments on this look and if you want to see something special. Okay, bye.